Hey guys, today we're looking at one of Supergiant's first games, Bastion. And kind of what this game is known for is the dialogue and the narrator. You know, the main guy never really speaks, and the narrator kind of says everything for him, and acts kind of as the tutorial voice. And this is the first kind of game where you're introduced to what will become iconic of Supergiant's gameplay style, where you have an isometric brawler kind of a look to it. And again, the music in this game, the vibe, the narrator, and the weapons is really really fun, really cool. And so the main mechanic essentially is that you have like a main weapon and a sub weapon, and how you use those together, defeating the enemies on screen and uncovering the story and exploring the world is kind of all, just made very well, and comes together in a very nice way. There's definitely a lot of ways to upgrade your character in this game. It's definitely one of those things where it's almost like an RPG. You have not different kinds of stats, but different things you can definitely, do with your weapons and other things like that. And this isn't like a roguelike where you're picking up a bajillion number of weapons. It's like 12 main weapons that you basically use and upgrade throughout the scope of the game. And I remember when I played this, I was like not sure, like, oh, an isometric fighting game, I don't know if that would appeal to me, but I was immediately hooked on this game from the second that I started it. It has a kind of interesting, elusive story it doesn't really get into, but really the gameplay here is phenomenal, and it's something that really put Supergiant on the map. It's funny, I didn't really like a lot of its other games. I didn't really care for Transistor. I tried to get into it, and Hades was also very fun and very good, but it acted more like a roguelike, so you couldn't really consistently upgrade your weapons, and I was kind of on it. It wasn't bad though. I really liked the characters and the writing, but it just didn't quite hit me as much as this game did. This is my favorite Supergiant game. Actually, it was just really nice, very, very, very fun and very cool. And again, the constant narration from the narrator is just kind of a treat, and something that people have said, oh well, that's really easy to do, but I've never seen any other game do something like that since. And again, you kind of wake up in this semi-apocalyptic world of like floating islands and platforms. You need to piece together what has happened and how you can help fix the world and go on your hero's quest and all that good stuff. But yeah, you basically have two slots, and depending where you put your weapon and what kind of altar or whatever fire you have equipped to it, it'll do a different kind of design. And so the real message and sauce of this game, if you will, is seeing what kind of different combinations of weapons give you the best results, and experimenting with newer weapons, upgrading them so it changes their attack power and their output, and making a really well-made class that suits your purpose. I think the one I went with was like a combination of a melee weapon and the motor launcher thing in the game. I just thought that was super cool. I could line up a thing and it'll just completely decimate everything in the row. But yeah, Bastion is a decently hard game. It's very gameplay focused. The story is kind of not a huge aspect of it. I guess this technically is more of a PC game than a console game, but I wouldn't mind playing on console, I guess, or with a controller. You also can buy things like potions and whatever from the store, obviously, and upgrades and all that good stuff. But overall, yeah, there's not actually much else to say about this game, except it's good and you should just play it. And I mean, it's very gameplay focused, so I can't really speak much more about it on that end. It's just a good game with a great atmosphere. And yeah, that's it.